G'day ladies and gentlemen, Duckville here. I have got a Zerg versus Protoss match coming up for you today. This is a part of the recently released Clarity Gaming BOP replay pack. We happen to have BOP down at the bottom of Polar Knight here. He's a Zerg player from North America who does a lot of streaming, and of course in this replay pack you'll find quite a lot of really awesome games. It's over on claritygaming.com, or perhaps you'll find it in the Team Liquid thread as well. Thought we'd cast one of the games that's in this pack just for a little bit of fun, and you guys can see what BOP's playstyle is like, and perhaps we'll see some of his interesting stylings that does come about. I have been watching BOP for quite a while now, and I do love that BOP loves to do the Jaws strategy, what I like to call the Jaws strategy, where you use burrowed roaches and try and get that cello playing and do a little bit of sneaky roach stuff. That's my favorite part. But he is a very solid Zerg player overall, and do make sure you go and check him out. His opponent up towards the top side of Polar Knight as our Blue Protoss player here, playing for Team Deadly Gaming. It is AstroPenguin. And AstroPenguin looks like he is going to be opening up with what looks to be a Forge First. We've got a I forgot about that. That's really cool. The little logos, these clan decals are really cool. Do we have one for clarity? No, I suppose he's not actually on the team. There, this is BOP backwards, by the way. I don't know if anyone had noticed, but of course this is going to be here on Polar Knight, which is a good map for. Used to be an awesome map for cannon rushing, but it looks as if what is all this about? We've got two probes heading out. They have cleverly avoided the Overlord that is roaming its way through the middle here. Not sure if he'll actually avoid this one just off to the side, but this probe is definitely going to make its way down. It looks like we are going to have some very, very interesting tactical cheese coming up here from our Protoss player AstroPenguin. His first probe has made it down. We're going to lay down 1, 2 pylons. Is he? No. I have not seen this kind of thing for a very long time. This is something, the last time I saw this actually happened to me on Neoplanet S. So, wow, this has been a long time since I've seen something like this. Basically a full wall off here, and as you can see, BOP has had to come out here. He's got 4 drones poking away at one of those pylons there. He's going to do his best to try and knock that down before anything can go up, but I mean, it's already too late. The damage has been done. There is one probe on the inside as well, just making sure that he's there, keeping an eye on what's going on, but one of the cannons is just about to complete. A gateway will finish up and keep this wall all solid there, as you can see, and BOP is forced to cancel, and I mean, I don't know, what do you do from here? Perhaps you can try and I don't know, maybe you can keep one of these probes alive. He actually cancels the full wall, so it's now just a minor wall off to the side. AstroPenguin's going to throw down another cannon here. Back at home, of course, he has not gotten his expansion up. It takes a lot of minerals to get all this kind of thing going here. So BOP is in this position where he has to figure out, well, what am I going to do? We can see he's got double gases going up. Normally in most ZvPs, when you get cannon rushed at the natural, it normally doesn't have, it doesn't normally consist of a full wall off here blocking off the expansion. So perhaps, I was going to say, perhaps BOP could try and break out the destructible ice that's here that sounds like metal when you destroy it, and try and get to this expansion down at the bottom left, but even that's not possible now. We can see that AstroPenguin's keeping an eye on that as well. So BOP, I would assume, is going to have to go for some kind of Nidus play, maybe something along the lines of some kind of drops or something. I don't know, maybe you can try and drop a drone out here to get an expansion up, but his opponent is going to get a Cyber Core rolling. We did have one of the gateways finished. In this position, I'd wonder if AstroPenguin was going to be cranking out a single zealot to try and get in there and kill off some of the drones, but it looks like he's not going to go down that particular path. Wants to make sure he's playing safe by getting his standard tech up with the cybernetics core on the way. We'll probably have a Nexus being thrown down very soon, but BOP, as we said, is moving up his tech path just a little bit off one base here. Of course, you don't need to drone any further, which means that you do, you're going to start to have a lot of larvae available, and with the Roach Warren just finishing up, I am assuming this is going to be a Nidus play, because I mean, he's got an Overlord in position just across to the side. There is also another Overlord just over here. Cleverly, AstroPenguin is keeping an eye on these little positions here, a kind of key where you can have those Nidus worms coming out. So he is keeping one probe just off to the side. The Stargate that is now going down will also keep an eye on this area. So realistically, there's no sort of safe place for a Nidus to go down, so I'm assuming Bop is going to drop it off just down here at the natural base, and we'll see where he's going to go with this, because just looking at the tech, you know, we won't have, or it's highly unlikely we'll have Roach move speed, just simply because it costs a lot of gas to get this Nidus network up in the first place, and then of course to get the worm thrown down, it costs 100 if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, we'll see another queen pop out. So we've got two queens. One is inside. The second one is now in there as well. A few roaches now on their way here from Bop. And surely at this point, yeah, AstroPenguin is going to realize, all right, there's really only a couple of options that he can have right now. One of them is the Nidus. Of course, the other one was to drop possibly. But as you can see, the first Nidus is now just about to pop out. Very nice to see Burrow on the way here. I do like that addition from Bop. His first two queens will pop out. Will they put a couple of creep shimmers down? It looks like he's going to save that energy. We'll need to use that for some transfuses if he is damaged on any of those queens. The roaches will pop out. They're going to take care of one of the cannons that was building. A gateway is being plopped in the middle here just to provide a little bit of an extra wall off, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We've got 7 roaches now pushing out. One of them getting a little bit low. Maybe is he going to be able to burrow in time? It looks like it is no, but the first Void Ray comes out. But the thing is, Void Rays are not too good against queens. Queens are, they're not even, they're just biological psionic units. They have, you know, they're not armored, so they don't take the bonus damage. And as we can see, the Nexus is going to be photon overcharged, so that's going to try and help out with some damage. The Mothership Core barely escapes on 2 health. The Void Ray that is across to the side here is coming in to try and help out, but the roaches are just putting on too much damage on this Nexus. It is going to go down. All the while, as we can see, AstroPenguin is still controlling the natural, but he cannot control his own natural. Roaches are now out. We've got Burrow, we've got a couple of queens here as well, and more reinforcements will certainly be coming along from Bop as he builds up another queen right now. The queen starting to burrow, very nicely done here by Bop. We've got AstroPenguin attempting his best to keep his Void Rays in the fight, but unfortunately, no matter what, the queens are going to have a pretty good time. They do a nice amount of damage here, as you can see, 9 damage with 7 range on their acid spines. And now with all of these roaches, we've got a huge total of roaches that are just now pushing inside. No photon overcharge available just yet. Still quite a while for that to be available here for AstroPenguin. And with 2 Void Rays, 3 Void Rays in fact, he may be able to do something about the queens, but they still have burrow. They're going to be able to regen while they're burrowing. They also regen their energy as well, so that they can transfuse each other. A couple more queens are still on the way here for Bop as well, as he continues to build up the anti-air force, because realistically the only thing left for AstroPenguin at this point are these Void Rays. But the problem is that these roaches are constantly going to be regenning here. As you can see, a couple will go down though. He's trying to target down this Nexus. Will he be able to finish it off in time? Just a few more of the roaches are now being killed off, but the Nexus is gone. And Bop is weirdly in a pretty good position right now. I'm not sure his opponent can deal with all of these, what is effectively just a perfect counter to what he has. The roaches do a lot of damage, and then the queens will be able to deal with the Void Rays as well. We do see another queen popping out. There is an Overseer here as well, just in case there is some kind of, I don't know, somehow there could be a Dark Shrine somewhere on the map, but as we can see, with AstroPenguin being revealed, the game is pretty much over at this point. The Nexus attempts to rebuild inside domain, or perhaps moving it to another base would have been a better idea, but I mean, at this point, there's nowhere on the map that is safe, because Bop is going to be everywhere with the, you know, he's going to be able to get everywhere with his Nidus Worms, and will be able to save the day. Another 2 queens now coming through. The Nidus Worm here, they're going to help out with the anti-air, and I think with the Mothership Core on 2 health and no Nexus for now, I think this is the only thing that AstroPenguin is hoping for here, is that he can somehow snipe down the rest of the units and then get the Photon Overcharge off. But it's just not going to be enough. The queens are now poking away at those Void Rays in the sky. The Mothership Core also goes down. The roaches are slowly being tasered apart by the probes, but it looks as if they are still going to survive. There's a couple more roaches down to the side here, and Bop with a, you know, quite some impressive little burrow skills here. He's going to be able to save this one, I think. Back at home, still just mining quite nicely off 1 base, and he's content with that, because now his opponent is just about dead. No Mothership Core. Well played, says AstroPenguin. After a crazy little start to the game there, it looks as if Bop was able to wiggle his way out of it and was able to save the day with some Queen Roach Nidus play. Make sure you go and check out that replay pack from Clarity Gaming's Bop, and I'll catch you all next time. Here, as you can see, 47 damage to bio units and then the 34 damage against other standard targets. His storms have also been wonderful, just spreading them out across the battlefield, doing really nicely there. And for minigun, he's been sticking with a much more